Welcome back, guys, to This and Much More. I'm Evelin and my co-host is
Rollie Vogues.
And today we want to talk about Alegres Milagros.
Yes, sir.
So what did you think about it?
What I thought about Alegres Milagros is it was good. I feel like this year was cool. I liked it.
What did you think was different?
What I think was different era the different thing. Okay, for sure the big difference is that we got way more kids this time than we did toys. It's like siempre we have like more than enough, and this time it was like fuck. We turned away like 6 cars. 10 cars.
I know.
Yeah.
And out of those 10, one got the bike.
Oh yeah, one of them got the bike, which was lucky, right? Like that was crazy. But yeah, that was different. The 4 bikes, 4 scooters was different. We had more of like badass shit, like that part, that those things, you know what I mean? Pero other than that, I mean, I thought it was a great experience. It was a great event. And it's just cool. It's just cool every time. Like I it's not that I get nervous to go, pero I mean, like to do the event, I do sometimes, but not like a bad nervous. It's just like a fuck, you know. But yeah, once it's like, all right, yeah, we're doing this, you know, it's pretty dope. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, it is a good feeling.
What about you?
I think the difference was that we did have more. Last year we had 2 bikes. This year we had 4 bikes, 4 scooters, and that we were short. And one of the differences... Echo.
You literally just said what I said. Literally.
Okay, you're asking me what I think. You want me to just be like, same?
No, say something different.
I was literally about to say something different.
But yeah, okay. But you have to repeat me. All right.
I had to let them know that I thought the same.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Another thing was that I noticed that, like, I had told Alondra that I want to say at least 5 cars had probably only 5 cars out of all the cars probably only had like 2 or 3 kids. The rest had like 5 kids.
Yes, like vans and shit.
Yeah.
Trucks.
And she's like, yeah, everybody was probably like, súbense a la troca, vamos a ir a recoger un juguete. And I'm like, and I'm fine with that. Like, I like that because it's just somebody's taking charge of bringing all these kids, and I don't mind it at all because that's what I want. I want the kids to pull up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, when I opened the truck, I remember I was like, where the fuck did these kids like come from? Like, how did they fit in there? Like, or in the car, you know?
Yeah.
I had a mom that I carried a baby from that she was driving with the baby.
That's normal.
I know, but still I was like, because the back was full of kids, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just like, damn. I saw that. My tia Chana went this time.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And that was pretty cool too.
Yeah. So how do you feel that because last year was Nere?
Yeah.
And now it's your tia. So it's like, how do you feel? How do you feel about like your family like experiencing that like firsthand?
I love it.
Like,
I love it.
Porque it's like not just all talk. Like in a way, it's like obviously
she knows now.
We have to record like things, you know, and it's never been like about like, oh, let me record so people know I'm doing something good. It's just like
so people know what they're supporting.
Yeah, it's so people know like, all right, this is real. Like you guys are giving us toys and money for us to like spend on this event or whatever, you know, to give back, and this is where it's really going. Like, so if you bought this specific toy, that specific toy got into the hands of a kid, you know. And but we talk about it a lot, you know, and then like especially leading up to the actual event. So I feel like when we're talking about Alegres Milagros, we're doing it this year or whatever, boom boom boom, como que la gente like, okay, that's cool, pero
until they get to like
until they see it. So it's like, you know.
Yeah, I know. I think that's the cool part. I was actually thinking, I was talking to Alondra.
She's going.
I told her it would be cool, but she can't go.
She's scared.
No, babe, she has DACA.
Oh.
But
okay, good excuse.
She really can't go. I was like, she's like, I was like, man, whenever you get everything good to go, like, I definitely would love to invite you and Kike to go out there because it's like a great experience, you know?
I forgot to tell her que in Echo, the show, the little girl version of her looks like she would be a prima day or something.
Yeah. Another thing too that I thought to myself was that my tia Chana went, and Nere went last year, yes, but I feel like my tia Chana's like, and Nere's an adult, but so is my tia Chana. Like, she's an adult in our family, you know? Mm-hmm. And I think it's cool.
Nere's trip had to be the high risk trip. When we went to the third village, or the third little pueblo.
I know. That's
it's like,
crazy.
all right, Nere, anything could happen, you know?
I know. I think my tia Chana would have enjoyed that too, because she would have been able to see a little bit more, you know?
Yeah. I just don't think she would have been aware of, like,
how dangerous it is.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I feel like if you would have been telling her, then she probably would have been scared, because how we got at the plaza and we saw that thing.
El monstruo.
That was, she got scared.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because Lilia kept going around the plaza with our windows up, and she's like, she told Lilia que dejara de dar vueltas porque we look suspicious. And I'm like, we do, like.
Yeah, because whenever, all right, we'll come back to that. But then
Alegres Milagros, so it makes me feel really good, because now I think my tia Chana, if she comes back next year, like, she's gonna feel like she's probably gonna be telling my tío Francisco, deberíamos de ir, like, está bien bonito. Like, she experienced something that I don't think she's experienced before. Yes, she gives back maybe at church or something, like when they go
don't really
volunteer.
See what, you know.
Yeah, but I feel like she was a part of it this time, you know, and I feel like it was really cool for me, like, to bring my family to be a part of what I'm doing with your family, you know? Mm-hmm. So I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed that the músicos, shout out to your dad, because he made me step out of my comfort zone by doing that, playing me like that, you know? Basically, his dad hired like a banda, right? Mm-hmm. And then it's a grupo o banda?
I would say it's a grupo.
Un grupo, right? And basically, they were like, oh, to give shout outs to Alegres Milagros, blah, blah, blah. So then...
Or is it a banda?
I don't know. But it's a music band, basically.
It's a grupo.
It's a grupo.
Cover.
And,
like they do covers and stuff.
So then my suegro goes up there. He's talking. And I told him, he's like, oh, he called me, right, to go over there. And I was just like, I'm not going to talk. Like, I don't want to talk. And then I was like, suegro, I don't want to talk. I don't like it. I get too shy, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, you don't have to talk. I'm going to talk. I'm just like, oh, so you're going to talk? You got it? And he's like, yeah, I got it. I was like, okay, good. He's like, I just wanted to give a big shout out to the founder of Alegres Milagros. And she wants to say some words, and gives me the mic. And I'm just like, really? Like, you know? But I'm glad I had the opportunity to get the mic and give thanks to everybody that was there and everybody who had helped us, you know, because at the end of the day, when you guys see the recap of it, when is it going to drop? Next week? No, wait.
Tomorrow.
This drops Monday, so it'll drop on Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Okay, so when you guys see the recap, y'all are going to see where we give thanks to everybody, but I was able to give those thanks to the ones that were there.
It's the last clip.
Oh, you did put it in there?
Yeah, where you're talking?
Oh, yeah.
It's the last clip.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So, yeah, I thought that was cool, too. I like that it's become, like, a big celebration now. Alegres Milagros. And I'm ready for next year. Like, I'm ready.
What I guess my thing, too, though, is, like, yes, it's an event that's on its 4th year, and we do a, you know, comida, and then my dad gets the músicos and everything. But this year, I did feel like, all right, people are showing up afterwards.
Yeah.
You know?
Your family.
Like, yeah. And friends and stuff, like.
Yeah.
And they're showing up afterwards, and everybody's all cool, dancing and stuff. But it's like, hey, like, remember why we're here. Like, that's my thing. Yeah. I just want to know, which I am glad that my dad, like, went up there and then you said those words, so it's like so people can know that, like, hey, oh shit, it's not just a party in the middle of January.
Yeah,
it's like, nah, it's just Alegres Milagros. It's an event, you know.
Yeah,
and you're here because of the event. All these people are here together because of this event.
Yeah,
and that's not just some party, you know.
I do. Yeah, I agree. I also think that what was different this year, I just feel like more people want to be a little bit more involved, and I love that. You know, because I felt like it was a little bit more organized this time. Every year we learned something new, you know, and I just think that next year is just going to be great. I also talked about Entre Nos. Y'all are going to see it on Friday, that we're splitting the events now. Like, we're going to do the back to school, July or August, and then have more time to be able to bring more toys for the toy drive. January, toy drive. July, back to school. So it gives me the time in between.
So what are we gonna be going like in July? Or
yeah,
what?
it'll be the same.
But it's not as many trips.
Oh no! So what do you mean?
Yeah, like what do you plan to take?
It's just school supplies.
Yeah, so it's just one trip. I'm asking, like, with toys, like, we gotta find people to go take trips. We gotta take trips.
Well, I have to
take
see.
toys.
Like,
or
I have
is it
to.
like,
No, I have to look.
Like, are you gonna get boxes and boxes and boxes of supplies, or it's just like
whatever I get donated.
Si caben en dos cajas, and it's just a trip that we go in July.
Oh no, whatever I get donated. But I have to look on their website to see what the amount is, if they have an amount for school supplies. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. To cross.
To cross. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And because if they don't have an amount, then yeah, we could take
Yeah, because my question is like, are we gonna go in March just to go, and then
the reason why I wanted to start gathering like in February is because I know your parents go every month, so I could just be like, oh, here's a little box, can you take it? Here's another box, can you take it? It'll be just like your parents and us.
Yeah.
If we go restock from Mercado Milo, I'll take a box like that, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just not like one of those things where I can go and just show up for the event. I don't even have to worry about like taking. Maybe we will last minute donations, you know. But yeah, I'm excited to do the back to school. It'll be like just the same like as Alegres Milagros, but I mean it'll be Alegres Milagros back to school over there, and then Alegres Milagros toy drive in January. Yeah. But at least it'll give me more time. That okay, well I'm gonna start taking donations for the toys in August, how you had suggested, you know.
Yeah.
So like that gives us more time to take toys, because those are the ones that take up most of the space, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know, Lilia did say like, okay, let's just say that the kinder school has like 50 kids, and then the secundaria has like 150.
There was not 50 kids when we dropped off those books.
No, right now that class, it's the whole school right there. It's like 46, I think she said. That school, that's their roster. But this is going to be the new year. It's going to be not those kids. Nicole is not going to be at that school anymore.
She's already moving up?
She's going to go to the other one. Because first grade is in Renato's school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's only pre-K and kinder.
Oh, no wonder. I was like, man, it's super small.
Yeah, that's why it's super tiny. But yeah, like next year, I think like the back to school event is where I'll take donations for books. But I'll put like for ages this, and then for ages this, you know. Those are the two schools I'll focus on, you know.
You know what I would like to do over there? The whole that mini library thing.
What do you mean?
The one where you set up a box and then tiene like, let's say 5 books. So it's like you bring a book and you take a book, like that.
Oh, that would be
whatever,
cute.
or whatever amount fits
like
in there. Have you ever seen those?
Like a mailbox, right?
It's like a mailbox.
Yeah,
then, like,
that's cool. Like a drop off.
Yeah, but then you can take one. You know, I think that'd be dope. Like to set up, like, imagine if like it's set up like at every school, but like not inside, but just like outside in the corner, or por la plaza. Like if there was one just in the plaza, like that'd be dope.
You know who we could ask for permission? Lilia's dad, because he's the one that's in charge
of what?
Of like all that, like the I don't know what his title is, you know, but the Feliz Navidad letters, he's the one that was like in charge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's one of the big guys there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, her dad's like, I don't want to say, I don't know, but he's like the one in charge of the town, kind of.
Yeah.
That was my understanding.
Yeah. You know what I like is that I guess my mentality when they were doing the party and everything, right? Mm-hmm. Like when Lilia's parents got there, no, I didn't see them when they got there. Mm-hmm. So no los saludé. Like, ya later, I feel like ya cuando está la gente así, ya ni saludo. It's just like if I bump into you, I'll bump into you. You know? Ya ni... Pero when they were leaving, they said bye to me and Lego, right? Mm-hmm. Y so se estaban despidiendo, and then I'm like, oh, hi y bye, ¿va? Hola y bye. Mm-hmm. Dije. And then she's like, ay, ya sé, es porque estás bien ocupado, estás ahí, whatever, right? And I thought to myself, like, okay, people think it's just a party, right? That was my mentality. But then ellos me dijeron, like, hey, pero como quiera, like, did you say bye to them?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, right? But yeah, they were like, muchas gracias por lo que están haciendo, you know, es algo muy bonito. Nos
they
gusta.
didn't tell me that.
Oh, they told me that. But like
that's
no,
cool, though.
it's like nos gusta, you know, it's like es algo muy bonito, you know,
Yeah.
like y nos encanta ver lo que hacen, whatever. So I was like, that's cool, you know,
Yeah, that is cool.
porque then Pani too, before he left, ya él también, like, it wasn't like
He didn't tell me that.
it was like oh, bueno, ya nos vamos,
Uh-huh.
whatever. Like, nah, it's like, hey, muchas gracias por todo, you know, like, es algo muy bonito, no sé qué, like, y nos da mucho gusto para ayudarlos and all this shit, you know, like, I like that, porque
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, like, they knew that it wasn't just like
A party.
yeah, like, nah, it's meaningful to them.
Yeah.
It's like what I like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
no, for sure. I did tell Lilia to invite her parents, but I think your mom had already told her. I like her parents a lot.
Yeah, her parents are cool.
But yeah, I did say hi to them, and I told her, because I know her dad's like one of the ones in charge, right? And I was like, oh, nos vamos a poner una cita para ponernos de acuerdo para hacer algo, whatever. Whenever he had just gotten there, because I was teasing him that he hadn't said hi, you know. But it was just, but it'd be cool. I like that idea, like the boxes, you know, the drop offs for the books, like make it more of like a where kids could want to learn and stuff like that. But the backpacks, I'm not gonna do it at the school. I'm gonna have like at your parents' house.
Okay.
And then I'm just do a girl table, a boy table, and then just separate like that.
Yeah, I
You
think
know
I'd
what I mean?
rather that instead of like
I'm not,
us
but
going
it
to
just
school.
no. I'm not gonna do the school thing. I just wanted to know to have an idea of how many backpacks I want to get. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So my goal would be like 300 backpacks, because if kids showed up for 3 toys, you know, I'm pretty sure they're gonna pull up for backpacks. You know?
You know what I would like to do too is you remember when I told you I wanted to make a book, but like about my dad. I wanted to make a book about my dad. About
I don't remember that. I think you told me that, like a drawing one.
Yeah, I want to make a kid's book.
Yeah.
Pero the character would be based on my dad, where it was like a painter, you know? And pues, it's like a good, like, oh, los colores, like, oh, you're dipping your paintbrush. Vamos a pintar ese cuarto azul.
Man,
And it's like,
if you did that and we made the book and they had it in Santa, I know your dad would be so happy.
yes, that's that. I'm saying, like, I've always wanted to. It's always been like on the back of my mind, like to make a book, like a kid's book.
Yeah.
Porque I just feel like, okay, it wouldn't take up too much time where it's like a long book.
Yeah.
It's just like a simple illustrated book, like, you know. And honestly, the one that inspired me, that made me want to make a book, was Serrano, right?
Yeah.
Shea Serrano. And I was like, all right, that's dope, you know, like, so I would want to make a book. But his are like they're like for grown-ups, his books, but they're illustrated. So I was like, it'd be cool to make a book based on my dad, and where he's a painter or whatever. Pero like algo así, like where it's in English and Spanish, like in the same page.
Yeah.
And then imagine like darlos in Mexico, like just free and shit, like, man, that'd be dope.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be really dope. Like, just let's see, and then I don't know.
Like, put those in all the backpacks.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool.
And
We
it'd
should
be like
work on it.
it'd be like the colors book, you know.
Yeah, it'd be like a coloring de los colores.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really dope, actually. That's a good idea. Because yeah, I originally did think like I want them, they just pick the backpack. Probably have 2 separate tables, like, oh, this is for the little ones, this is for like the middle, the older kids, you know.
I think I'm gonna do that.
You should. And we should surprise them.
I'm gonna do that.
We should.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, he's gonna do it, guys. And we should surprise your parents and not even tell them until we're like over there, like, oh, we're gonna put these in the backpacks. Can you help us?
Yeah, like, hey, somebody made these books.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna like, you know, I'm gonna put a little thank you right there.
Yeah.
Like dedicated to my dad type shit.
Yeah,
know?
for sure. I think that would be like really, really amazing.
Yeah.
And then make sure you just put donado por Alegres Milagros.
Yeah, I'm gonna make all the guys like characters in there.
Oh my God, they would want a book themselves.
Panta, the grumpy one, like
The dwarves. Oh no, that's Yuka.
the 7 dwarves.
Yeah.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
Just kidding, guys.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But yeah, that's obviously like it's a good idea.
And then Mateo Beto's gonna be like, ¿por qué no me metiste ahí?
Oh yeah,
I'll throw him in there.
Yeah.
I'll throw him like peeking through the page, así como que.
He's
Just
a
'cause
little.
he's
He's a little.
Like in the background, like haciendo cosas. You
Yeah,
know?
the little troublemaker.
Yeah.
The Chucky out of the crew.
Yeah.
Dang. Nah, but overall, it was a great experience. It always is a great experience, you know. And I love like that every year it just grows. I'm already excited for next year because I know that it's gonna be bigger. We want to have a banner. We're gonna have hopefully more of my family members pull up, you know.
Yeah, because we're doing one this
summer.
Year.
Yeah, in the summer.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah, so like I'm gonna how would you say back to school in Spanish?
Regreso a la escuela. Regresando a la escuela. Un regreso de escuela, ¿no?
I want to put like Alegres Milagros is the toy drive, and then Alegres Milagros back to school, but I want to put it over there like in
Scholastic.
Spanish.
I love Scholastic. The whole little era thing. Yeah. I love that.
So if y'all are teachers and watch us, and you know at the end of the year in like May you have like a bunch of supplies that you don't want or you think that you're no longer gonna need, and you know that a teacher in Mexico can use, donate it.
Man, what if we did something like that too, where it's like a Scholastic version of, like I see like over there, like give them all little papers and circle what they would want, and then they go and pick out things.
Yeah, no. How are we gonna do that?
I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about like they get to pick.
Like let's say agarran un libro, like un libro de espantos, un libro de whatever, like. Then they can circle like what they want.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. Never mind.
Yeah, that is a lot of work.
Yeah, because then I'm like, I'd have to design like the low page and everything.
Yeah. And then to keep track of where everything is at, like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're going to do the back to school event, and it's just exciting. Hopefully next year the goal would be to take 5 bikes and then donate like.
It's a lot. I think I mean,
no,
I don't think we always have to like every year, and then we're gonna get the 10 bikes.
That's why I said 5 because
I think 4 is good for 2 boys, 2 girls, 2 boys, 2 girls.
Well, I was gonna say the 5th bike be like a bike like the one your dad has, like an older kid, like for Shayla, like a 15-year-old, 16-year-old kid, like that. You know what I mean? Because they didn't qualify for this raffle. You know what I mean? Because they're too big.
Yeah, it's because it's for the kids.
I know, but they're kids too. Shayla is 16. Yeah. She's still a kid. You know what I mean? It's just like, but you're in Mexico, so you kind of have to grow up faster.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it'd be nice to join in a raffle for a bike, a nice bike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it all depends how much money we have, how much money we get donated. And I don't know if somebody wants to sponsor the bike. So, because these 4 bikes got sponsored by my dad and David. And then the other 2 by my grandma, my tío Julio.
Yeah.
So that took care of that. Shout out to them. Yeah. And we were good with that, you know? And so, yeah, overall, again, we appreciate you guys who donated, everybody who helped. And just everything was beautiful. So
definitely. So we hope you guys enjoy the video once it drops tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that.
Yes.
Real quick, let's go on a quick break, and then we'll be right back.
And we are back.
Yeah, so real quick, I want to shout out Esteban and Rock from Deadstock Society.
That's his name?
Yeah. Well, which one?
Rock.
Nah, that's what they call him.
That's a nice nickname.
Rock? Mm-hmm. I think. I'm not going to give out his name. But I have his personal Instagram, too. Uh-huh. But yeah, like, so yesterday we were like, so they were like, they do this live, right? Mm-hmm. Every Thursday. So they do a live, and they pretty much get different people on. I think it's like social hour, something like that, you know. And then so they get different people on there, and they just talk, you know. They're primarily a fitted hats like page, you know. That's like the Deadstock fitteds, whatever. So they're in the whole fitted hat community, and so they have a lot of fitted hat people. Mm-hmm. But every now and then, like, they'll have just like others, you know, like
randoms like you.
Yeah, like myself. And then so I was like there. So they had someone was like, hey bro, like I think it'd be dope. They had already told me whenever we had reached out for This and Much More for the event. They had already brought it up, and I was like, oh, that'd be dope, you know, whatever. But then I just like, I didn't think much of it, like, you know, at the time, because we were just busy trying to figure out the event. And so they're like, hey bro, like we're gonna do this show Thursday. I don't know if you want to be a part of it. It's like a quick 15 minutes, which I think it went longer than 15 minutes, but I was cool with it. And I said, yeah, let's do it, you know. So, and then Rob over here betting that I wasn't gonna do it.
But who is he betting now?
El solito.
Himself?
Yeah. Rob was betting against Bobbert. But then so we ended up getting on. And then it was cool. It was cool porque I feel like I didn't want to go in there like shy, you know, or like callado. Like I was like, nah, I'm gonna make it worthwhile. I'm gonna make this shit like
entertaining.
And not, yeah, like entertaining, but también like very like let's
You're
talk.
gonna have a good conversation.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's really, you know. So I got on there as soon as they went live. I was just watching it. I was working and I was watching it, trying to see how it was gonna go, you know. And I was like, all right, they're conversating, whatever it is. And they were talking, todo badass. And I was like, all right. And I started thinking, like, how come they don't just make this a podcast?
I know, I thought that too.
And I was like, because it'd be pretty good, you know? And so whenever I was doing the live, ya cuando me tocó, like, my turn, yeah, like, immediately I just started, like, bro, like, how come you don't make this shit a podcast? Like, it's dope, you know? And then I'm over here, like, oh, I'm going to need the two guys that were on before me. Like, I want their Instagrams, like, because they were cool, too, you know? Like, it's things like that. And I was like, and then they're like, all right, bro, we're Esteban's like, we're supposed to be talking about Superior, you know, that I'm like, oh, my bad. But in a way, it's like that whole, like, como dicen, like, oh, it's because I'm used to the podcast. So it's like,
let's talk about you.
Yeah, you know, but, because I had a lot of, like, I was like, about the live itself and what they were doing. It's a good platform. It's a good thing they're doing. But yeah, I, honestly, like, when I was talking yesterday, I did try to, like, say a bunch of things that kind of like summarize porque so I was pretty much telling them que on the podcast there's gems every time we have somebody, there's some sort of gems, but they get lost in the episode. So whenever I'm like because Rock was like, bro, you had David Tipping, you've had GT Garza, like he's naming all these people, boom boom boom, and he's like, you had like some badass people, bro. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, and I'm like, and there's a lot of gems, bro, pero it's so long of a podcast que I can't, at the moment, I'm like, oh, I'm clipping this. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm going to make this a clip. But then I forget about it. And then when I'm editing and I'm clipping stuff, like, I don't find it, the exact thing. So I just grab, like, random clips, you know? But I'm like, so I try to summarize, like, a few gems and, like, I said them during the live, you know? Things that, like, having to do with designing or having to do with the brand, with Superior. Like, I was like, yeah, bro, 2015 I started this shit. Like, I didn't know nothing.
Thank you for giving me credit for the name.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah, I still have the list and everything, pero yeah, you pretty much came up with the name. But I did drop the style. It's still there porque it's still, I like the SS.
Yeah.
You know, but I just call it
silent S now.
Yeah, Superior. And then I'm like,
Superiors?
Just Superior. And then Superior. But yeah, I don't know. So after that, I kind of like, I was like, you know what? Like what we're doing is badass. This podcast is fucking badass. Like the way I design stuff, my mentality is fucking badass. Like, and it's not like to toot my own horn or whatever the fuck, you know, pero I do feel like all this shit is no es por nada, you know, like I'm everything that we're working for, like Alegres Milagros, everything we do, like people see it, you know. And I used to get like como I would stop in my tracks and be like, oh shit, like I don't even have 2,000 followers, like, you know, things like that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. Whoever follows you, pero like whatever you're doing off camera, off Instagram, off whatever social media, pues is what matters the most, you know. And I feel like people, I'd rather have like 100 people that really fuck with me than 20,000 followers que nomás, you know, like they don't even fuck with me like that. It's just like maybe they just follow me porque they thought one of the Pontelos was cool or one of the, and then that's it, you know what I mean? But they're like, there's people that are really like in deep with what we do.
Which is crazy to think that people actually like find us interesting.
Yeah, like I was gonna show you, pero shout out Bury Me in the South. He has there's an Instagram. The Instagram is Bury Me in the South, right?
South?
South with the F.
Okay.
But he's in like the fitted community también. And he sent me a voice, like a little voice note. And he was saying, bro, like that he saw the live yesterday. And he's like, honestly, when you were talking about like rebranding like studio, he said that he's been watching this so much more before the Studio 1017 came in, right? And he's like, so I remember y'all talking about like the name change and like and honestly, bro, that inspired me to change my name because I had a YouTube channel and then it was something else and he changed it to Bury Me in the South, you know. So yo le dije, I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm like, at the end of the day, everything that we do, the podcast, AA Mas, Superior, like everything, we have the power to just change the shit up how we want. You don't.
Yeah, there's no rules.
Yeah, there's no fucking rules. Like, see, if you're like AA Mas, like, oh, I want it to be like something. I want to drop the E Mas and just call it AA. Like, you can do that. Like, who?
Oh my
like,
God, that is such a good idea.
Yeah. Hey.
That's a good idea. I think I'm thinking now about dropping the EMAS. It's just gonna be AA. Damn, fire, babe. Y'all better not do that.
But yeah, yeah, but I'm like, yeah, bro, like it's no rules, like como dijiste, and people are either gonna just gravitate towards it or there's gonna be new viewers, new audiences coming in, new supporters that are gonna recognize it as, oh, I started watching Studio 1017 or I started following Studio 1017, you know, like así lo encuentran, so that's it. But then you have those specific people that were like, oh, this used to be
y'all
this
are
much more.
real ones.
Yeah, y'all the real ones.
Y'all are real ones.
I remember the first 100 subs, like I remember like,
oh my God, I know, I couldn't
right?
believe it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I was literally more active on Studio then because I would post, oh my God, guys, we're at 25, we're at 42 within 3 days.
Yeah, because we have the fucking, we still have it up there, the little highlights, the milestones, right?
Yeah, I was doing the milestones.
Yeah.
Now I don't even keep track.
Yeah.
I feel like I reached my goal of 1,000 and then I was just beyond happy and I'm beyond grateful for just having 1,000.
Yeah.
So after that, I'm just like, this is just a sprinkle on top of the ice cream. Like, you know, I'm thankful for it. What?
I've never heard the sprinkle on top of the ice cream is pretty crazy. Hey, but that's original.
Well, what is it then?
Like the cherry on top?
Oh, but I guess it's because it's more like, it's like 200. So it's like sprinkles, you know.
I'll fuck with it.
All right, cool.
I'll fuck with it.
Oh. Hi, stop.
Go like that. Pimpones un muñeco.
Okay, stop.
¿Con what? ¿De cartón? ¿Con cara de cartón?
I don't know.
Se lava la colita.
La carita.
Con agua y con jabón.
Uh-huh. But yeah.
Shout out Pimpon, man. But then, okay, go.
I was gonna say that it is crazy how for me, the first person that made me feel like, wow, like it was that guy at the wedding.
Oh yeah, Carlos's cousin.
Yeah, he's like, you're Evelin and Rollie or whatever, and I'm just like, yeah, like what, you know?
Yeah.
And then Rob, when you went to go to do his thing, and then you're like, oh, he wants to have you on, and I'm just like, me? You know, I was like, he wants to have me on, you know?
Yeah.
And I just feel like he's like, oh, when he started with the whole, she's a runner, she's a track star or whatever, it made me feel good because I'm just like, damn, people really sit down and watch like me and you talk.
Yeah, I know.
And the times that Miguel fam, when he's like, oh yeah, y'all's podcast, like when it's just y'all two, that's my favorite. And I'm just like, really? I think that people wouldn't like those because they want to see the guest.
Because they want to see a guest, yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, nah, like I really like to see y'all together or whatever. Yeah. And I'm just like, that's crazy, you know. And then as we kept doing the podcast, people were like, man, like that they gravitated because we were a couple, you know. And I just never really thought it was like a thing, you know. But we are building something, so we love to connect people. And at the end of the day, that's what you said yesterday too, right? That Contento.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool porque pues obviously like
shout out to them and
shout
their
out
corn.
Contento and shout out Deadstock porque they're pretty much the ones that we had for our pop-up for the 100th episode. And they told me that they did their own event, Deadstock, and they got Contento to pull up as a vendor, you know, or vendor, and then but that it was because they were at our event.
Yeah.
You know? So
I love to see that. Like, I love to see people connecting.
Yeah.
Like,
and then now we're going to go to hip hop. They're going to be at hip hop in February, you know? So I'm like, oh,
I know I'm going to look for their application and see if where they're going to go.
Yeah. And I'm like, bro, that's dope. Like, I'm going to be there, you know? Like, we'll see y'all there type shit. Like,
yeah.
And no, I think it's dope. At the end of the day, I told him, like, at the end of the life, I'm like, you know what, like, this overall, bro, like, we're building a community. I love it, you know, like, it's just it's bigger, it's getting bigger, and it's what it is, you know, like.
Yeah.
And I did see, I don't know if you saw Anto.
Oh yeah,
did you see where he was talking?
Yeah, he was like being motivational as fuck.
Yeah, motivational vibes 2024. And no, pero I agreed with what he was saying, you know. Porque he was like talking about like you know, that some people like some people can be fake, like in a way where it's like they're happy for you, but then not really happy? Yeah, like not really, or whatever, you know, or like, oh,
I get that vibe a lot.
Pero it's because people there's okay, like in a way people might be happy for us doing like Alegres, I don't know, Alegres Milagros, like, or the podcast, like people are like, hey bro, like I fuck with y'all shit, you know. But then there's probably some people out there that are like kind of salty, you know. And it's kind of crazy porque to be salty over something good, it's kind of wild, you know, like, and
it's sad.
Yeah,
like, do you really want to live your life being salty?
Yeah, but I don't get why. Like, it's just, but I think it's because it's either they wish they were at that position, or they wish they were doing something, or they wish like,
or they're just being like
okay, so this is where my mentality comes in. Que when I was younger, or even like these past years, like, man, I've been putting in work with a bunch of stuff for over a bunch of years. And then there's people that with the help of social media, pues they blow up, lo que sea, música, artistry, whatever, and uno puede pensar like, fuck, man,
why couldn't that be me?
Yeah, like that's supposed to be me. Like, I'm the one fucking putting it, you know. And that's just the thing, you know. It's like it's a normal mentality, but
I honestly feel like I mean, I know that happens to you, you know, like where you're like, man, like I wish that could have been me or something.
Yeah, I hate on a lot of people.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, like I don't think, like I can't think of like a time where I felt like that, like with the brand or with the girl and her body or something, you know, because I'm just like, sometimes you are just lucky, you know, and sometimes we don't know the work that person has put in. Yeah. Right. But it is normal, because at the end of the day, we are humans and we have that. We're not perfect, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've said it on here on Entre Nos that there is people that I feel like, not that I've been envious, but they've made me feel some type of way, you know. Yeah. And I hate that I felt like that, but I just couldn't help it, you know. Yeah.
And you know, like, I guess I do want to talk about like what I talked about on the live yesterday, porque it was a lot of like cool things, you know. Pero one of them ahorita que it really doesn't have to do with like hate or anything, but it's just like one of those like other people blow up before me or whatever. Because I talked about how because Rock was like, yeah, like I don't want to, like,
I really like that name,
Rock. He's like, I don't want to like give my age or whatever, but the first time I heard of Superior was like Tony was modeling, right? And I'm like, yeah.
He knows since Tony was modeling?
Yeah, because he knows Tony, he knows Pedro, he knows like all these people. Yeah, he knows everyone. And because he told me that at our event, I'm like, oh shit, like I didn't know that. He's like, yeah, bro, I would see you getting your haircut with Tony and stuff. Like I would be there. And then, you know.
Damn, so you were the guy.
No, I don't know. I'm like, oh, so you saw me skinny, bro? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm on dad bod right now, you know.
I like it though.
I know you do. And then me miro como una ballena, va.
No lo puedo negar. Nah, no te creas.
That's crazy.
No, but kidding.
Then I was just telling him que at that time, like 2015, uno piensa like, I'm over here like, all right, my brand's gonna fucking blow up.
I know, guys. Go ahead.
What?
No, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say like I want my brand to blow up. You know, like I'm over here thinking in un año, this fucking I want consistency, all this shit. And I have Tony the model, Jessica Lynn was modeling, right? I had like 2 badass people, and then the brand's not blowing up, and now Jessica Lynn's over here raw gear, the other LA shit. Tony's with like C-Bum, like all these things, and I'm like, damn, like no como like los perdí, but I'm like, but yeah, it's like, fuck, like I wish they would have been like with me with my brand, pero I mean they're doing their, but I'm happy for them, and in a way I'm like, it's just one of those like, fuck, like they were my day ones, and I wish they would have stayed with the brand. Not como que ya no pueden, but it's just like nah, this like they're their own person, and pues they gotta find opportunities where they're at,
But when we did start Superior, not many stuff was popping like that. Like the brands, there wasn't many brands.
Yeah, no, yeah, because they were naming some yesterday, and I was like, oh shit, that's true.
What
like
was one of them?
Like Too Dope. Too Dope was a brand. Riding Dirty was a brand at the time. Georgie had a brand.
I remembered Riding Dirty. You had the little beanie.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I did? I have a hat.
Oh, it was a hat.
Oh fuck. There was a few brands.
Yeah.
But then I'm like my brand, I was like, what do I know, And I'm like, I was telling them like, yeah, like I went to Premium Goods. And I knew they would sell Riding Dirty, or that it was coming from them. So yo todo, at the same time, I went up to Riding Dirty, and I'm like, hey, Premium Goods, and I'm like, hey, who screen prints the stuff? And they're like, you know what? He's like, this is their name, bro, and it was Cotton Customs,
I remember.
And then I went to Urban Assault, and I thought about Danny, but at the time I wasn't as cool with Danny like we are now. And I'm like, hey bro, like who does it? It's like, oh, I do my stuff, and then he was giving me game, like, yeah man, whatever. Like yo solo,
so sweet, man.
Yo solo asking, like I didn't have connections, you know. I'm just like asking, being todo small, like young, like no fucking no real like brand identity, like I wasn't even Rollie Vogues. I was just rolling. Hey, I'm rolling like.
And then Rollie's clothing.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
come a long way.
Yeah, guys, Ronnie kind of played me because when we were super young, he told me, "Man, by 25, I'm gonna be fucking known." And then you're like, the brand's gonna pop off, blah blah blah," and that never happened. And I'm just here waiting for it to happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
because I was going through my old vlogs, and then I thought that shirt, and I'm like, oh guys, we did this shirt a year ago.
Oh, the long sleeve, which I still haven't.
And it was just only yours.
Yeah.
And it's like a black long sleeve that says Superior Style. Yeah, acá atrás.
And remember the first pop up we went to and we sold out.
Yeah, it was
And Orange Calderon was
DJing. They had, because SF2 is the one that like
hosted everything.
Hosted it. Ah, fuck, I forgot what it was called. I still have like the badge and everything. Because these are things that I want to like forever keep and just be like, all right, this is where we started. Like,
you want to tell them what happened with your art, the graphic that you had done?
What graphic?
You had two.
Drake.
Was it Drake's?
I think it was Drake. Yeah, like I had drawn. I wanted the brand to sell, and then I had like little graphic, like two artworks. Framed
as decoration.
Ahí nomás puestos en la mesa, and they're like, oh, I want that.
I was like, $30. And then he's like, you sold it? And I'm like, yeah. But that day we sold out, right? Or we sold?
I don't know.
Because we sold a lot. I remember I was like, damn. Imagine if we would have kept doing that.
Yeah.
But events weren't a thing either.
Yeah, no.
Oh, he scared me.
But yeah,
it was cool though.
Yeah.
And what else did y'all talk about yesterday?
No, we talked about that. Oh, but that whole like Tony and Lynn thing is just like, it's not a envious, or it has nothing to do with that. It's just more of the, fuck, that should have been like me. Those should have been my people with my brand, and
that
just,
not like
I wanted that team.
Not against Jessica Lynn, or it's like more on you, like that should have
Like,
been my brand.
because my shit didn't pop off, because I didn't put in the work. I wasn't able to take care of them and bring them up with me.
Yeah.
You know,
And
it's
now
like
they're up.
it's like, imagine right now, like we have Alondra, Ronnie, and Rob, and we're like, hey guys, like I'm just fucking, you know, throwing the ¿cómo se llama? What is it? Like selling the dream to them, like selling it. Yo, like look, like in a year we're gonna fucking hit 5K subs. We're gonna get all these fucking brand deals, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Just selling it to them, and they're just sticking around. And imagine Rob. I feel like people really gravitate towards Rob. You know, imagine like somebody's like, "Hey, Rob, we want you on our podcast." Pinche 50K, 100K subs. He's gonna be like, "All right, guys, I'm dipping." You know what I mean? He'll
Why are you gonna make his voice like?
Because that's how he sounds. But yeah, like I feel like, man.
No, guys, we don't sell the dream like that to them.
Nah, not really. But
we tell them like.
But I do want them to know that I fucking want to take care of them like that.
Oh yeah, for
like,
sure.
I fucking it's like Giselle's over here like, damn, y'all having a moment, like. But I really do feel like that with our team. Like it's like, nah, like if y'all are with me, like I'm gonna fucking take care of y'all, like
with us
some way somehow. Yeah, with us. But I'm saying it like. Because I could have like people in Superior, I could have people like with helping me out with other shit. But it's just like if you're with me, like Danny screen prints with me, like, you know, I see like, oh, he screen prints my stuff. Obviously not just mine, because that's another thing we were talking about yesterday about like people. I asked him, I'm like, do you think people gatekeep their screen printers or their manufacturers, you know? And he's like, I think people do. Me dijo Esteban, right? And I'm like, all right, bet. I'm like, porque I try not to, or I don't really, you know, but I just want to give them
to people that are
gonna work. Yeah, like not just anybody. Like, hey, who do you print with? And I'm like, well, for what? Like, what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
You know, if it's like I'll go like, oh, it's because I want a birthday shirt or something. Like, nah, like
order it on Etsy.
Yeah, or just go here, boom, you know. Pero no, like if I'm gonna give somebody to Danny, it's just like what I said yesterday was like, take care of your screen printers and they'll take care of you. Like you think I'm gonna be like, hey Danny, like here's 5 clients, bro, like I recommended them to you, and then now de repente Danny's like, hey, I don't have time to screen print your stuff, bro. Like, nah, like I would think that the screen printer is gonna take care of you if you take care of them. Yeah, you know, like they're gonna prioritize. The more you take care of them, the more they take care of you.
Yeah, that's why whenever he told me, oh, it's this amount, he started screen printing for ella y más too. Yeah. For ella. And I'm trying to see how it rolls off.
Why are you trying to be like me?
How?
Because now it's just Superior.
But you still have the S.
So you're still going to do EYM?
No, just E.
Just E? That's hard.
But yeah, because he was like, oh, it's this amount. You can do this amount now and this amount later when they're done. I was like, I'll send all of it right now, bro. Like, I got you. And I sent all of it, like, you know. Yeah. But no, but yeah, I agree. Like, take care of your people for sure. I feel like that's why with Alondra, Ronnie, and Rob, like we do tell them realistically, well, this is what's happening, you know. Yeah. And I don't know. I really think that the goal would be like, as we grow our team, we are taking care of them, and you never know, maybe like they live off of what we're living off of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope
that'd be dope.
We got 3 minutes. We can end it off.
But yeah, that's all. That's all on my end.
That's it. I'm trying to think of like if I said something else, but there was a lot was said, and a lot was like, it was like cool. Like I liked it, but I am feeling like very motivational, motivated. Oh, okay. Not motivational, motivated.
Oh yeah, I've been feeling like that too.
And I'm excited for the guests we're gonna have. Yeah. You know, this year, because they're gonna start rolling in. You know, Rob and Giselle were the first ones, and you guys are watching this now. But we're already booking a lot of people.
We're already booked up till February.
End of February, or like yeah, till February. Yeah. And yeah, guys. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys for everybody. Like, thank you to everyone that honestly just like bought from Superior, like this last drop,
and for AI Mas,
and you know, Superior is dropping again in a month, so in February.
Are we doing that in February, me and you?
Yes.
And you're doing it by itself?
Yeah, Superior is dropping like I think the first week of February.
Okay, so guys, me and Roland,
I think
Well, Superior and Aya are gonna do a collab. We're
Yes, sir.
dropping
I would drop mid-February.
for the collab.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to rush into, like, we can talk about it off camera. But
Yeah. Well, just know
collab is coming.
Yeah, we're gonna do a collab for the first time ever, an Aya and Superior
Ooh,
collab.
yeah. They're going to make love.
But that's all I had to say. That was my.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch on that, like the collab, but I know we have details to talk about. You know, off camera.
Hey, well, you guys,
So.
I think this is why I like ours, though, porque they literally just saw, like, the brainstorm for the book. Like, a book.
Oh, yeah.
And we can get into the collab and stuff, you know. Maybe we should just do fucking, every time we get together, it's like a meeting.
Oh, it should
And just,
be.
like, talk about, like,
Brainstorming.
just brainstorming off each other. Boom, 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 you know. Other than that, though, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I mean, pretty much, I really hope you guys take something away from this episode, because I did try to, like, bring up what I talked about on the live.
I did want to say one thing too. I wanted to give a big thanks to everybody who's been giving us feedback on the new schedule, and so far it's been better according to everyone who's told us.
Yeah, they've been telling me too.
They love the schedule, and I love it too. Like, I think it's great that we're taking a day break now.
Yeah,
in
because
between.
thinking about it, I'm like, damn, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was crazy.
Yeah, I know that was crazy, and now we have more views too.
Yeah,
So
we're getting more views. So
I know that it's better for y'all, and we appreciate that y'all are still watching us. If you've been since like the This and Much More era only, transitioning to Studio 1017, we appreciate y'all guys. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. It's not that hard.
yes, sir. And that's it. Much love.
Peace.
Peace.